Welcome back, everyone, to Love the Game. This is your host, Paul, and we have Sujay today. And we're going to be discussing something that's happened over the weekend. So, as you all know, the Premier League is back. Football is back in all the leagues. But over the weekend, during the press conference of the Liverpool manager, Jurgen Klopp said something that was interesting. And taking his words, what he said was, we are allowed to spend the money we earn. They obviously don't have any limits. And the day he's here pointing out to is Manchester City as well as Chelsea. Well, Thomas Tuchel didn't have an answer to that, but Pep Guardiola came out and said, some owners want to benefit. Our owners don't want any benefit. So they don't invest in the team while we invest what we can. Pep is talking, prove it that we've done anything wrong because we've abided by financial fair play. We haven't done anything wrong. Our owners want to invest in the club, whereas yours are happy with what you already have. And that's the question over here to Sujay. Like, do you think Pep was right to point out these facts? Because he's got few more points, but the one thing that I want to talk to you about is that some owners want to benefit. Our owners don't want any benefits. So they don't invest in their team while we invest what we can, he said. Ending quotes.
See, let's begin with this. It's a joke, okay? When Pep actually says that, come investigate us. Yes, City have been investigated. They have been banned not long ago for 2 years into Champions League for their overspending or whatever it is, cash injection, whatever they did. And when Guardiola talks about our owners don't want to take money out of the club and something, I don't know which dystopian land that he's coming from there.
Oh, no, he's talking about the dividends and stuff like that. So he's aiming at the clubs are, and that's something that
I totally get it. But the thing is, City and Chelsea, they mean a different thing for both their owners. It is just to show their ambition. They have rigged the game. That is the basis of this. And Thomas Tuchel is an intelligent person, I would say, because he is a newcomer to this Premier League and it doesn't want to overextend his boundaries or whatever it is.
Yes.
So Shana Bacha, he just said like somehow he skirted around the question and finished it. Pep might have been trying this psychological warfare or this mind games, whatever people used to call. But I would like to say one thing to Pepsi. This is not the era of Ferguson or Kevin Keegan or whatever the thing back then were, right? So back then you used to give a idiotic soundbite to the press, and the press, you will have those journalists that are close to you and you will ask them, concentrate on my words so that my team is safe, this, that, and all.
Sujay, it was like, I know where you're getting at, but here's my question. Did Klopp even need to stir the pot with this?
So Klopp is very much, he is very much on point, actually, I would say.
But could this also be the deficiency of Liverpool, though?
Sorry?
Could this also be a deficiency with Liverpool? Like, if you see, Liverpool just spent 36 or 38 million on one player, where here's the thing, like, they bought Grealish, and that's what we bought Jack Grealish because we sold players for 60 million. So in the end, we spent 40 million. We follow absolutely the rules. At our club, the owners don't want to lose money, of course, but they want to spend. So we can do that. So is he taking a dig at Liverpool spending, or is Klopp trying to dig at the management at Liverpool saying, look, City and Chelsea are spending to strengthen their team for the upcoming season. Chelsea went and bought a player that they sold him, and they've got him back for 96 million, and the fees can go up. And here Klopp attacked Pep because they've again invested and backed off whatever result that happened on yesterday when they played against Spurs. You know that they are missing a striker. So you might see Harry Kane coming across and something happening with some other player going the other side. So all those things are there. But do you think this is Klopp also trying to say that Liverpool need to spend? Because the last time Liverpool spent big was those two big signings of Van Dijk and Alisson, and that proved to get won a Champions League trophy, the one behind me, and also a Premier League title, which they haven't had in 30 years. So do you think Klopp and Pep are going at each other, or is this Klopp trying to say something, a subtle hint to the owners that we need to invest in the club?
Okay, so there are two ways of interpreting this one. There are multiple layers, but this is the layer. I am just talking about, I was just comparing what Pep Guardiola said. I actually wanted to react to how idiotic Pep's comparison and other idiotic things that he was talking about. But if at all we talk about Klopp and the statement, it's a two different thing. Okay. But right now, let us not confuse both of them. Okay, I will answer this part about Klopp with regard to his owners. It's a totally different thing. Klopp, if at all he has to express those intentions of his, knowing that a person and the personality that he is, it doesn't have to come to any press conference. I know, I definitely know this. Any person who is a Liverpool fan will know this. He has got the number of John Henry. Call him. He will call him up directly and he will tell, boss, listen, I need these players. But we know Klopp is not that kind of a manager. Okay. So if at all he needs to express something, he will directly do it with his director of football, Michael Edwards. Definitely, he will be knowing that, or else even Gordon is there. Directly, he can even talk to Henry also. Okay, so Klopp doesn't need press conferences to come and actually give these kind of hints. Okay, I'm definitely sure there was a reason given to Klopp. Why are Liverpool doing this? Am I happy? No, I'm livid. I'm very very angry at how FSG are doing things right now. It's crossed the point of being ridiculous.
Yeah, Sujay, and that video is, we have another segment for that, but I want you to get back to the Klopp and Guardiola.
Yes, but coming back to this point of Klopp versus, Pep's comments on Klopp, the thing is, Pep says that they earn 40 million and they're spending 100 million and 60. Liverpool, just in the last 3-4 years, they have sold academy talent worth somewhere around over 100 million.
No. Pep is saying that they've sold for 60 million, like over the summer, and they've only spent extra 40 to get Grealish across. So and there's another soundbite that he has. And I want you to react to this soundbite. Before there were only one or two clubs. Now there are Chelsea with Roman Abramovich and our club with Sheikh Mansour. They want to be buying into football. What is the problem? We have limits of financial fair play, and if they don't agree with City spending, they can go to court and make a statement. Do you think he's trying to show, like, listen, you got us in financial fair play, but then when you went to the court of arbitration, we were let off the hook and they were back in the tournament. So is he trying to make a dig like, you try to do whatever you want, nothing's going to stop us because we are Manchester City?
If at all I start breaking down every line of his, right, everything is a joke. It's actually Man City and Chelsea who are buying into football. And Chelsea are very much aware of it and they are not trying to hide it. This guy is trying to be intelligent here and it is he's making a fool of himself. The thing is, City and Chelsea, they are the ones buying into football. Earlier, the clubs that were spending were actually earning that much of money. That's a fact. Man City, the entire thing right now, even whatever after their new expansion, what Serena has been doing, it does not even. Let us talk about the depths that Man City are actually in. Let us talk about the separate investigation that FA is conducting against Man City for the financial doping that they are accused of. If at all we start talking, if this someone in the lawyers in Man City should actually sit down this Pep Guardiola and talk to him. Dude, listen, you're scratching at things that you should not even be talking about. Just ignore those questions or just don't be stupid. Okay, these comments by the club manager, right? They can be implicated in future trials and other places. He should not be talking like that. It's very, very idiotic of Pep Guardiola there. And he, even if at all I start breaking each and every sentence, there are so many things that
it's more like than idiotic, Sujay. I think he has a point though. Like, look, for any football team and any professional sports team, most of the teams, if you want to succeed, and I'm just looking at Premier League, we're not focusing on the Spanish league or the other leagues because the amount of money that is there in the Premier League and with everything that's going on, these guys have a clout where they're able to spend and flex their muscle in any market that they want. That's a given. Messi not coming to City, we've spoken about it. It would have been a big kerfuffle on City's part if they got him, because then every scrutiny would have been on them. And him going to PSG, it's at least given them a breath of fresh air, saying, yes, they didn't go after Messi. When everyone knows, both of us know here, everyone around the world knows that City wanted him. They could have got him. Sheikh Mansour would have given like one palace for him. It's all there. But here's my thing, like, just going back to this article, and he says something, and I do find this interesting. Like before, like when Manchester United with Ferguson or Arsene Wenger with Arsenal, they did spend money, they did invest. If the team had won, like Arsenal fans always want to quote about the Invincibles. They won the Premier League that year, and the next year they went undefeated is because they invested into the club. Ferguson was successful at United, and they were able to surpass the 17 league titles of Liverpool, which was a record at that time. They were able to surpass it because of the investing, right? 18. They were able to invest. So it was about investing in the club. And one thing that was said here, and one thing that I also agree, like, listen, I'm a Liverpool fan, and I think City, when they came with a big, loud bang, boom, with Tevez going with his welcome to Manchester with the whole poster, it was exciting to see something come up, but they showed their power with money. Ibrahimovic did it at Chelsea. When he bought into Chelsea, they were a club that hadn't won anything except for the FA Cup here or there and whatever, the Worthington Cup and all those things, but they hadn't had a big presence. And City were the same thing. Like, you can go as far back as Alan Ball and all those guys when they had a team. And even with City and even with Liverpool, the thing was, until you spent like record sums, right, were you able to get the trophy? And my question to you is, do you think that this is also something to say, listen, unless you invest into the club, you're not going to get trophies? And we're going to be speaking, we've got another video about this, about the whole FSG, the way they're handling with retaining players, transfers and stuff like that. And going back to a video that we've done with the whole Gini Wijnaldum thing. Like, City kept Fernandinho a year longer than they should have. But they kept him to train Eric Garcia, into the way English football is played. So here's my thing. Like, I get Klopp is saying, prove it. How do you get away with all these financial stuff when all of us have restrictions, COVID, whatever? Pep comes out and says, our team, our owners want to invest in the club. I don't know what you're doing over there. I don't know what's happening at your club, what they want to do. You mind your own business. I'll stay in my own lane. If anything happens, take me to court. And I think he's fair in saying that. I don't see a negative in that. He's like, you want to try me? Take me to court. But don't get up here on a press conference and say these things. Like, Klopp didn't have to say this. And these are the two most respected managers in the league. They are the two most respected managers in the league. They're two most respected managers in world football at the moment. So Klopp didn't need to take this dig at him, or even City, or even Chelsea, for whatever reason. That's why I'm asking you again, could this be a slight hint at the ownership? Because he's done this before. Klopp has done this before. He's done it with Liverpool when it came to his thoughts about the Super League, as well as the whatever the project Big Picture. So Klopp Klopp's put out these sound bites across, Sujay. So it's not that he's not like you, who has a direct number to Edwards and John Henry, but could it be? Because there are interesting stuff.
You're mixing up issues right now. See, no.
I'm trying to look at the point of, why did Klopp even need to have to say this? That too on the first press conference of a new year.
See, the thing is, no, if at all we talk about the Super League and Klopp's comments back then, really, that is Klopp's contract runs out at 24. Okay, Klopp is part of the playing team right now. Okay, it is not his job is to actually train the team. The meetings that were happening were at the only the board level with regard to Super League. I don't think any manager or anyone were consulted. Okay, and when it got to know that that thing is happening, the reaction it was needed from the person, because he was not consulted, he went back to them. Okay, and with regards to the transfers and other things, please listen. See, even since the second year of Klopp, there were a lot of questions asked about him. Why aren't they buying this person, that person? Klopp has always insisted on building the team. And if right now Klopp has actually said we don't have the money, there is an issue. Okay, I can't go and spend like other people do. One of the recent comments in the press conference was, yeah, there is a problem. One of the way to actually fix to better your team is actually go and spend.
Yes.
But we can't do that right now. But I will take the alternative route of actually training my team. Okay, that is how you do. That is what a proper manager and a proper employee that Klopp has been for the owners. This person can only say these words only when there is he was taken into confidence by the owners for the reasons why the last 5 to 6 consecutive, at least the 5 consecutive transfer windows where Liverpool have actually spent nothing excepting for Diego Jota. And that too, in the same span, they have spent much, they have earned a lot more just by selling their academic players.
Absolutely.
But one of the things that actually Liverpool has done here is, because of the players that they had got in, they have been giving like the contracts for all the main stars. Yes, it is true the wage bill of Liverpool has been increasing dramatically. And yes, Liverpool has taken a hit. Okay, it's a different topic, but these are all financial experts. I mean, like, managing money is how they have built a career, and they have made billions of dollars.
Absolutely, Sujay. You're absolutely right on that. But why does Klopp have to add a point which says, I'm never surprised about the financial powers of Chelsea, City, or United? I am long enough in the country to know they always find a solution to these kind of things. Why does he have to say that, Sujay? It is, you're poking a sleeping bear when you don't need to. Like, I agree on everything you've said right there, but why does Klopp have to come out with a statement? I'm never surprised about the financial powers of Chelsea, City, or United, that they're able to find a loophole when all of us can't. Why does he have to say that, Sujay? He could have just.
Chelsea, I will come to the exact loopholes that Klopp is actually talking about. See, if at all we observe some 6 to 8, 10 years ago, before the financial fair play, this entire thing was FFP was supposed to be implemented. Chelsea were actually in a depth of somewhere closer to 1 billion. What did Abramovich do? See, back then, this is a simple thing. I will put it in simpler context. Chelsea, though Abramovich was the owner, Roman was the owner of Chelsea. He was not the owner of Chelsea's parent company. Okay, so what Roman was doing was, Roman was giving the amount, whatever the transfers that Chelsea was spending, as a loan from his company, and they were shown even in the company spendings also. When that it amounted to 1 billion, what did Roman do then? He had his own company. He went and bought out those entire loan dividends, and he became the owner. That is the first loophole that Chelsea actually, financially, you cannot see. It's a fair thing.
Sujay, I understand that the whole financial aspect, it's a different topic. Here I'm just going with Klopp's statement.
That is exactly what Klopp is mentioning here when he says a loophole.
But why should he even bring it up now?
Why shouldn't he?
No, like, listen, we have financial fair play. Chelsea have gone and spent, they've done their thing. Yes. They've spent. City have gone and spent. Yes. United have gone and spent on Sancho, Varane, and they're looking at another player to get. They've spent. Yes. My question is, end of the day is, why does Klopp have anything to do with finance when he is just supposed to be a manager and manage the team that he has? Why does he have to even get into the like? I agree everything you've said about all the clubs, about all the shady business that's happened. But as a manager, manage the team that you've given, instead of saying, being that kid in the school who's pointing, that guy has some new toy and I want it, but he has it, and it's not fair. You can't, like, you have FFP, and even if FFP is horrible, you have the court of arbitration, which is looking at matters. Because City's case went up to them, and they were the ones who said, no, your checks and balances are there. No, but they got let off on that. But
Yeah, exactly.
my
No,
question
every
is,
club does that. Every club does that. Invariably, Barcelona goes and signs up kids. Real
no.
Madrid goes and signs up kids.
Barcelona is a completely different topic.
No.
Barcelona,
I'm telling you, all these super rich clubs, right, including PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, even Man City, whenever they
Barcelona
are
is super in
sanctioned.
debt. So they aren't super rich
No,
anymore.
that's a different. No. I'm talking about what. See, we are talking about only financial reasons right now. There are a
Yeah,
lot of
but
other reasons.
that's my question. Why does a manager
Yeah.
have to get into the question about a club's finances and transfers instead of worrying
No.
about his own team who aren't able to re-sign their captain? They haven't re-signed their captain to a new contract. That's still ongoing. They haven't re-signed their
He will
best
be.
player. No.
He will be.
No. I'm just like, these are, if I was the manager, if even you were the manager, my first priority is my team.
Yes.
My team performs.
Yeah.
I shouldn't give anything that's happening next door with whatever's going on there. It might be falling down. Like you mentioned Barcelona. Yes, Barcelona back in the day, they could do whatever they wanted. No one said anything. But when the new chairman came of the Spanish league, he was strict about financial stuff. And he's tightened the screws, and it's happened with Barcelona. And we had that video about the whole Messi transfer, like how it happened, about Barcelona's finances and Messi being paid close to like 100 million to play a year. And that is like bonkers, but that's a different day, different story. As a manager of Liverpool Football Club, Klopp should not have said this soundbite going at another manager or another club at what they invested in. You got your player, right? You got your Ibrahim Conte. Be happy and be done with it. Don't cry over spilt milk that Gini Wijnaldum left on a free. Don't cry over spilt milk that you still haven't been able to sign your club captain and you haven't been able to give a contract extension to the arguably the best player that Liverpool have had in the past 5-6 years since he's come. So he's
10 years.
Since this guy has come. Since Salah has joined the team.
No, Salah has, he will, no, all these players, they have actually 2 to 3 years left in their contract.
2 years. Salah has 2 years, but his contract extension. That's why the caption was there. And we're talking about that in the next video. We have that segment in our next video about what his agent had to say about, are you watching?
No, those are different. No,
but that's my question.
Games of the agents, we will
My question is, end of the day, Klopp, Jurgen Klopp, as arguably one of the best 2 managers in world football right now, didn't need to cheapen himself by doing this.
No, sorry. Please don't use that word.
The reason I'm saying this is because what Pep had to say, and I kind of agree with what Pep had to say. If our club can invest, we will invest. If your club can't, you shouldn't be speaking about other clubs. And I'm paraphrasing. This is not exact word to word. I'm just paraphrasing. If we invest, it's our thing, right? It's our headache, and financial fair play will come and catch us. They'll come and check our books.
What? Financial fair play has been suspended right now.
No, but like I'm just
financial play. No,
I'm just giving an example, Sujay.
This is why I'm angry at Pep and also City, when financial FFP was a very important tool actually to contain clubs like City. FFP was instrumental in the reason why FFP was actually gotten into its existence, because how Chelsea dove their way into success.
Yes.
Okay. And how other clubs trying to work it out like them actually tried doing that and went bust. To contain these kind of specific activity, FFP was gotten. And the same FFP put sanctions on City. They were banned for 2 years. PSG. What did they do? They went to CAB. No. The thing is, they went to CAB. I don't know what they did. They once again doped someone there, got their ban, rescinded. And the same thing.
I just want to cut you off here before we lose the topic. And we have another segment entirely about FFP and why it wasn't a success, where it was supposed to be the next savior of world football. But I want to get back to that one question.
That is what I'm saying. No. The thing is, the reason
FFP was a joke, but here's my one question. two great managers don't need to be mudslinging at each other about, or being that school, like basically pointing that guy is a new shiny toy and I don't have it, and trying to tarnish, because you are mudslinging at another club. And this is City, for whatever you say, however they've bought their success, and Chelsea before that, and even United before that, and even Arsenal, and everyone can even say Liverpool bought their success by spending the amounts that they did on Van Dijk and this guy, what's his name, Alisson. Anyone can say that Liverpool bought the title by spending on these guys. My thing is, no, and I don't want to get off the topic, and I want to finish. Like, let's get this video done with. Here's my thing: two great managers don't need to be mudslinging at each other at the start of a season when all of us know that the spending power at Liverpool isn't the same as the other clubs in the top four. Right? And the top four, I'm saying, and please, all Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, Leicester fans, Everton, you guys aren't top four at all. And even Arsenal especially, you're not top four. It's City, United, Chelsea, and Liverpool.
The big four.
Yeah, the big four. Yeah, these are the big four clubs in England, and three of them have invested heavily in this season.
Let's call them big three and Liverpool, man. Liverpool, if at all it comes to spending power, Liverpool aren't.
No, I'm just like, we're just looking at the past 5 years where Liverpool did spend. So these have been the big four, with winning also. Like, United haven't won, but United have won off the pitch, but that's a different story. We've covering that in a different video itself. But you shouldn't be mudslinging at each other just because I got a shiny new toy. You didn't get it. You can't be crying over spilt milk that he's got something shiny and I don't. FFP didn't work. It's gone. Court of arbitration is not going to hear just because. And the reason I wanted to bring this up with you is because it's been taken out of context among a lot of people. Why Klopp had to say, prove it about your finances. And the articles even said, Pep Guardiola hits back at Jurgen Klopp for no limit comment on City's summer spending. As Spaniard says, if you don't agree, then you can go to court.
And prove it. I think it was actually Pep Guardiola who used the word prove it. It is not Klopp. I think you might have.
No. Pep was like, prove that if you've done anything wrong.
Exactly.
Klopp's comment is, how is it that Chelsea, City, and United are able to flex financial muscle?
No. He is very much true, and I'm not at all talking about Man United because they're doing extremely well within their means, in spite of having the owners who take out money from the club like anything that they have been doing for the past more than 15-20 years now.
Yes.
Okay, United is a different ballgame because they earn that much of money. Chelsea, United can't stand.
Chelsea United are a $2 billion company.
Chelsea and City can't stand next to United and actually make this claim. Yeah. But right now, I will say this: Chelsea, for the past 15 years, have actually built themselves into one of the big clubs. Okay, they have history right now. They have 2 Champions League. They have had teams over the past. They have somewhat little, like 10 to 15 years of history, and they're one of the big clubs of England right now.
Yes.
City aren't. They are in the toddler nascent steps. Okay. In spite of that, we had a Chelsea manager who actually said, no. It's a different thing, because they're very much open about it. Okay. They're not pretentious about it. What they are. There is one thing of doing things and being silent about it. There is another thing, being idiotic about it and saying that, yeah, come and prove it, do this. Yep, you have been proved. You have been sanctioned.
Yes.
There is nothing left to prove. And then that is why in the initial opening few minutes, I made a statement that the lawyer should come and talk to Pep. Stop talking idiotic things like this, because you are going to get us into much more trouble.
So that's my question. Should managers talk about the team and not the financials?
No, because the thing is that whatever the reporter asks you, and these guys are not coaches, they are managers. Okay, if at all they were a coach, you only talk about what the coaching and other things are supposed to be. Because you are also a manager, it comes under your purview to talk about the money. Okay, so it is a valid question to be asked to a manager, especially in the person who is head of any English team, at least the coaching staff and whatever it is. Yeah, they are called as manager for a reason. They are not coaches; they are managers. Yeah, you can ask them questions pertaining to the spending and other things. Okay, because they will be asked. That feedback is very, very much important. It's a different thing that you have a director of football and other things to take care of the total commercial aspect of the salaries and other things right now, as and how the football, the league has grown, and money has gone beyond the extent that a normal coach who has turned into a manager can grasp the game. It's true. But coming back to the original question, yes, one thing for Klopp, yes, Klopp, that is the reality. You can't bitch about it. You can't complain about that. That is your problem. You have to deal with it. But also, him being a human being, him being the manager of Liverpool Football Club, I'm very, very happy that he has spoken what every club fan actually feels like. But end of the day, we as Liverpool fans, we see winning the transfer window is not something Liverpool fans never do that at all. We have never ever had a season wherein we have had the best signings or something that other clubs cannot. Poke at us or troll us. That is a total different thing. But what Klopp does is the team that he has been given, he will go and perform on the pitch, and that is why he has my ultimate respect. And no matter what, for that, whatever he is talking against Pep Guardiola, it is not to cheapen or anything. He is just being a human being. It's just his emotions, and I'm extremely, extremely, happy that someone from my club, that is the manager, has come out in the open and he has spoken facts. Okay, he has not spoken any bullshit. And if at all we want to come to the other side of it, why does two of the most respected, they actually have utmost respect for one another?
They do.
I really think whatever, after the end of the season, whenever one wins a trophy or something, they genuinely congratulate one another. But after that, when the season starts, they both are once again so pumped up. Okay, this is a competitive spirit amongst them. Okay, this is how champions are made. And whatever the mudslinging that is happening, it will happen. This is the emotion. And whenever there are two of the respected managers, please just show me one instance in the entire history of football wherein there were two managers in such a tight-knit competition that they are happy for one another, excepting for, if at all it is cricket or something. No, it is not. It is impossible, and it is the starting of the season. Yeah, you have to.
When you look at England managers, they aren't, dude. England managers.
After this Klopp, no, I don't. I really will tell this to you. After the shots that Jurgen Klopp took at City, and City lost the first game. Do you know how much of added pressure that Pep Guardiola has right now on to go on?
The added pressure is to get Harry Kane. And we're putting it out there. Listen,
that is not Pep Guardiola's worry at all. He has got Tixty and also Sereno to sort that out. And I will also see this. I think Harry Kane is definitely coming to Man City. There are other details that are to be sorted out. Yeah, it will be done. And I think by the end of this week, only, Harry Kane will be a City player, because even Spurs also need some time to spend money. Okay. So something will be sorted.
Let's not go into more theories. The thing is, we add love of the game. We do our research. We try to give our opinions on things that are happening in current football and relating to Harry Kane transfer. It looks possibilities are there, and we had spoken earlier about the whole Messi going to either PSG or Barcelona or City, and it was proved correct. He did go to PSG, and here's the thing: like, we here give our opinions about what we feel. So we are not trying to be unbiased or give our biased opinions on all these things. We do respect the game. We do love the sport. And that's what love the game is. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. And like Sujay said, it's all about humanity. So a like on this video and a subscribe to the channel would go a long way in our YouTube journey of creating more videos, such videos. From Sujay and Paul, take care. We'll see you guys soon on the next one.